What's up, guys? This is the Sheila Skater, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Shed Podcast. Today, we have the opportunity to talk with such a great skateboarder. He is James Arias, a Colombian skater. This is a very wise person for skateboarding, and today we are going to learn because of his wisdom and because of the words that he has to share with us. Then, let's meet James Arias, one of the pioneers of the Colombian skateboarding scene. Welcome to the Shed Podcast, guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is James Arias from Bogota, Colombia. 30 years on my skateboard. Let's meet up at the Shit Podcast. Let's have some words. Let's share some skateboarding. Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Shit Podcast. Today we are here with a very special guest. He is from Colombia and his name is James Arias, a legendary skateboarder from Colombia. He is always empowering the incoming generations for skating. So he is such a great skateboarder. What's up, James? How is it going for you?
Well, man, I cannot complain. Life is beautiful. Thank you for the opportunity. Very happy to be here and share some experiences with you and with whoever that is actually following us in the podcast.
For sure. Thank you for accepting the invitation of being here, for sharing some knowledge and
Great.
some of your wisdom. So,
All right.
what can you tell us about you in a general perspective? Who is James Arias?
Well, what can I say, dude? James Arias is a 46-year-old male that loves skateboarding. I definitely believe and feel that I was born to skate, dude. Not only for what you do on your board, but with everything else that surrounds the skateboarding, which is producing, motivating people, trying to move things around, creating events. You know what I mean? So I was definitely born for skateboarding, and that was 30 years ago. I am a filmer. I was lucky enough to live in the States for quite a long time, and I filmed with a lot of professionals. I filmed for 411, for audio, for War Industries, for digital. I mean, for a lot of companies. And I was blessed because I learned all of that over there. And then I came down to Colombia to start like a video magazine and start putting all that knowledge into the Latin skateboarding.
Well, that's nice. And what is this magazine called?
The one I created, the name is Evolucion. We made 6 issues, and we had skateboarders from Colombia, Venezuela, Panama, Ecuador, Peru, Argentina, and from the United States.
That's nice. All right. So, what about now? What just happened to Evolution Skate?
Well, what happened is that unfortunately I kind of stopped it, and the reason why is because unfortunately there is not the scene down here is not strong enough to keep up with the magazine, and actually not even in the States. If you look at it, 411 disappeared, Transworld pretty much disappeared, and the reason why is because the internet changed everything around. And even though we did great things with Evolucion, we needed to stop it, in order to move on with life and some other stuff. However, what we did at that point in time was great because showed everyone that we had what it takes, that we just needed to have good cameras, good editing, and that if we push hard enough, we could be shown just like people in the States, people in Austria, Australia, and Europe.
That's
So
nice.
I believe that we accomplished the mission on that sense.
Awesome, man. Yeah, it's like a legacy, the legacy that you just leave to the community, and it's great. It was like the basis of what we are doing right now, nowadays. But
And that is beautiful, and to me that's beautiful because again, if you can impact people's lives, and in this case with skateboarding, which is what we love, I believe that we're doing the right thing as human beings.
for sure, agree with you. Um, you were mentioning something very interesting, and is the skate community in Colombia. What do you think about the skate community in Colombia in a general perspective?
Well, I gotta tell you something. Nowadays, I would say that it's more mature, on the sense that a lot of people is really getting the feeling of skateboarding, which is sharing, having fun, um, and just chilling around with your friends and creating stuff. Because at the end of the day, that's what we do. We create art with on top of our boards with different obstacles around the city. Uh, but the main point is that the scene or the crew down here in Colombia, it's like a really friendly crew. So if any of you guys, I don't know, in the States, Canada, or whatever you're watching this from, you want to come to a nice country with great skate spots, great people, and amazing food, you are more than welcome to come to Colombia. Uh, we all treat each other as a family, and that's how we like to keep it. We are Latinos, therefore we have a big heart, and if you add that to the skateboard, you just get a great result.
I love it, man. I know that the people that are watching this is going to feel empowered to come to Colombia and visit
Definitely
us
welcome, dude.
as well. That's nice. And what do you think? Okay, the community is a thing, but what about the industry? What do you think about the skate industry here in Colombia?
Well, I do believe that there's going to be a point where the industry is going to be very strong, and the reason why is because we Colombians, we push really hard for everything we want. We do not get a no as an answer. So if we continue pushing forward, I know that the scene is going to get way stronger. For now, we are like on a middle point. The brands are not able to pay the skaters yet, and as you know, skaters need money, but also we need the local skaters to believe more in the local brands. So for instance, if you look at Argentina, or if you look at Brazil, they really
Brazil.
invest or buy their own stuff, and it starts with the government, because the
Oh,
government has like a lot of taxes for any type of brands, not only skateboarding, but any type of brands coming from outside of the country. So guys are related, and not only for supporting their local brands, but also for the price. They need to invest or buy local brands. So that's something that we need to get here, a little more of Colombian love, support your local shop, support your local skater, and make it happen. But I believe that we are on the right path. And if we continue pushing forward, we are going to get there real soon.
I like your positive mindset that you have for the skateboarding evolution. And what can you say about the skateboarding evolution? Making a comparison between nowadays and maybe the moment when you started to skate back in the
Wow.
days.
That's actually a really really good question. I
I
mean, it's
like
just
it.
so much different because, for instance, back in the days when we started, getting a little better and skating, with more level and everything was the word of mouth. So pretty much you heard that someone in Castilla was skating good because somebody saw him in downtown, right? And then
Yeah.
you heard that someone in El Galan probably was skating good. And so you were trying to, like, catch that person, see how they were skating. But it was more like everyone was just talking about what's going on back then. Nowadays, with all the technology and with smartphones and everything, pretty much you film the trick 2 minutes after you're
In
publishing it,
Instagram.
and 5 minutes after everybody knows it. Which is a great thing in one hand, but in the other hand, it reduces the value of the trick, because reality is that now we have a lot of insta pros.
Yes.
and I respect them. Don't get me wrong. I respect that. That's the way they work. But I'm a bit of a classic skateboarder. I'm a bit of a dreamer. I'm that type of guy that likes to go film, create a list, start checking every single trick that you do, trying to get the best out of yourself, producing more and more and more in order to end up with a video part. A video part is something that will stay there for years. And if you do it right with the right editing, the right filming, the right tricks, the right music, what's gonna happen is that you can watch it in 15 years, in 10 years, and it's going to be there and it's gonna stay strong. For instance, right now you watch a Chad Mosca video part from Fulfill the Dream, and it's still Chad Mosca. You know what I mean? If you watch, I don't know, um, Jamie Thomas video part. You watch it, and it was something that he worked for, uh, and still super good. So definitely, that's a big difference. Back in the days, we used to hunt the spot. We used to film. We used to do tricks without filming because there were no cameras, no cell phones, none of that. Nowadays, the technology changed a lot, and it has those two phases. In one hand, you can become a pro real quick or get well known outside just with a couple tricks, but we are lacking on film and video parts. And let me tell you that those are the basics. The video parts are like the main thing about skateboarding.
I agree with you. It's like the way we immortalize our skills and the legacy that we are leaving, and can pass 100 years and people are going to remember for the tricks that we just do in that video part. So for that reason, I agree with
Exactly.
that. But of course,
Exactly.
social media is a nice tool for for um, going popular in the skateboard.
Yeah.
So what do you, in your personal opinion, you prefer the video parts?
I
Yeah.
do prefer the video parts because at the end of the day, it's something that takes a lot of effort. But when you conquer and you create this piece of art, because that's how I see it, it's something that I mean, you gotta keep in mind when you watch a video part, you learn the tricks somehow in your mind. You practice them after you see them. You even learn the songs, and you go and you rock them in the streets, just thinking about the video part by listening to the song. So it's something that makes a lot more. Uh, it gives more of a print to it.
Okay. So in those moments in the early 2000s, the skaters were like, okay, I'm going to make a living from this, or was just like having fun with the skateboards? Because kids nowadays are like, okay, I want to make a living, I want to make money, I want to make it my dream.
And that's something great that you actually mentioned right now. And for if I'm able to touch anybody with what I'm about to say, that would make my life just much better. I'm gonna tell you something. I guess something that was very pure about the 90s, because it was more in the 90s. It was that we just skated because we wanted to learn. We wanted to flip the board. We wanted to be able to jump or get on top of a sidewalk. We wanted to be able to feel a slide. You know what I mean? And
Yes,
that
for
was
sure.
all, dude. That was all. We were just skating and we were so into it that we got good at it. And then we discovered that there was something named opposite, which nowadays is called switch.
Okay.
At the beginning, it was called opposite. And so we started training back in the day with my boy Mateo Rodriguez.
Mateo
And so
Rodriguez.
and so and so we became good at skateboarding because we loved it. We didn't even know that there were sponsors.
Oh.
It's a matter of fact, we never knew. We just skated. And then one time, some professionals from the States came down to Colombia. And the lady that brought them, she was like, I'm gonna do a contest, and the top four will get sponsored. Um, I was one of the top four. It was
Wow,
uh,
that's
it
great.
was Marco Gomez, Henry Velosa. Uh, it was I forgot right now the other guy's name, Ernesto Rojas, and myself. And they were like, yeah, now you're sponsored. And we didn't really get it, dude. And then 20 days after, a big box arrived with
Oh.
shoes, trucks, boards, hats, shirts. And we were like, what the hell? Why? And we were like, oh my God, thank you, blah, blah, blah. Boom, a month after, another box. And we were like, what? What? And then we realized or we understood what it was to be sponsored. Uh, but we never thought about it. You know what I mean? Nowadays, a lot of guys, they start skating, and the only thing that they're thinking about is being sponsored or being well known outside, like being kind of
Yes.
famous somehow. And I'm gonna tell you something. If there is people skating because of that, they should change the sport or the art they do, because that's not the essence of what we do. What we do is that we have fun. If we are blessed and we are talented enough, then we might get sponsored, you know. But the sponsor
Yeah.
is not what we skate for. And I'm gonna bring a saying that a friend told me. He told me something like, when I want to sponsor someone, I need someone that loves skateboarding, not someone that needs a skateboard.
Oh, nice. Deep words. So,
Yeah.
do you think is greater the skater that loves skateboarding, but maybe is not the most talented? Uh,
Yeah, I do believe the following, Duke. For a brand,
Please.
the brand needs the skater that loves skateboarding, the skater that, can have an interview, that dresses nice, that has a good style, because it's a good image. And at the end of the day, it's pure marketing. That's one thing. And in the other hand, a great advice that I always tell guys, they're like, oh my God, how do I get sponsored? How do I get a sponsor? My best advice has always been, you don't look for a sponsor. The sponsors look for you.
Oh, yeah. And
You know what I
this,
mean? You're just skating. You focus on doing what you love to do, and if you love it enough, and you have what it takes, it's going to get at you. But if you start looking around and knocking doors, it's not gonna happen, Car.
it's not going to work in that way. I agree
No,
with
no.
you. The sponsor came in an organic way. You just have to
Yeah,
skate and love skateboarding and have fun. This is all about. So,
exactly. And don't be looking. I mean, don't be trying to look out for a sponsor. I understand. Hey, especially in Latin America, a lot of kids, they don't really have money to get what they need. But I'm gonna tell you something. There is something beautiful called work, so you can always work it by yourself. You know what I mean?
yes, of course. And have you ever tried to have a business, a skate business?
I
Uh,
I have I have plenty times, and I cannot complain. I did a couple good things, but as I was saying before, if nowadays it's hard to have a brand and to make it profitable, just think about it. 20 years ago, 25 years ago, it was way harder. But yeah, I had the video magazine, which we created, 6 issues. Besides that, we had like hardware company. It was called Super Bolts, and it was good. And then I had a board company named One Way. It's just that, it's kind of complicated, because when you're young, you don't have the knowledge or the money to have what you want. And then when you grow up, you do have the money, but you don't have the time. So, in order to have a successful board company, you need to be able to be outside with your skaters, shoot the pictures, create the image, manage everything, social media, create videos. I mean, you gotta be 100% outside with them. If you're not able to do it, the brand is not going to be successful.
all right. And what do you think do we need if what we want, or the skaters that are watching this want to make a business, a skate business, maybe sell some boards? What would be your
Yeah.
advice? Because you have the experience, you you know how it is. So, what would be your advice?
My best advice is, first of all, be smarter than emotional, because a lot of times you just want to go for the motion, for the heart, but you got to think numbers. If it's not, if it doesn't give you the right margin of profit, it's not gonna work. If you sponsor more of what you sell, it's not gonna work out. If you are not able to keep up the business without trying to make profit for at least a year, it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? Besides that, study the competence around you. See what are the hottest brands. Try to check out how much are they selling. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And the most important thing, have this as your side business, meaning you have another
Okay.
income. Because if it's only going to be is going to be the only source of income that you have, then everything you get you are going to spend, and the brand won't be successful. So it's doable. Yes, it's doable. Fight for your dreams. Always fight for your dreams. If not, it's pointless. But be very smart. Be smarter than emotional.
Okay, taking note of those advices. Thank you for them. And an advice, please, an advice for the skaters who want to be the best. Maybe not the most pro skateboarder, but just the best for him
Well,
or for her.
I gotta tell you something. Um, if you really, I mean, and it's great that you actually mentioned this, because I I I would like to mention something.
Please.
On my perspective, there are three kinds of skaters. Okay, there might be
Three.
a little more, but three basic kind of skaters. The ones that only push around just because it's fun, just because it's cool, just because you get from point A to point B quicker. Okay.
Yes.
Then we have the second version of skaters, where I'm at, which is the passionate skater, right? The one that loves skateboarding, that lives for skateboarding, that breathes and eats skateboarding. And we do it because we really love it, right? And then the third part of the skate crew, it will be the ones that want to be professional.
All
So the
right.
first thing that you gotta do, dude, is you gotta understand, where are you located? Are you pushing around for fun? Are you living it because you love it and you cannot live without it? Or do you wanna make a career? So depending on what reality you want to go for, then you have to set up your plan. So if you are on the first category, right? You just push around because you love it. Enjoy, dude. Have fun. Now, if you have passion about it and you like to go out and film a trick or two, and live it the way I do, for instance, make sure that you enjoy it every day, because it's one of the most beautiful things and the most pure things that you can ever do in your life. Now, you want to be a professional, you want to get to that level, then be mature and act as a professional. Get up at 6 a.m., train your brain, train your body, train your soul, eat as an athlete, right?
Right.
Go train your tricks, get it done, go to competitions, understand that you might be a great skateboarder in Latin America. You go to Europe and they whoop your ass. You go to the States and a little cat at the skate park will skate 10 times better than you. And he doesn't even have a sponsor, or he doesn't even want it, which is even worse. And I saw
Yes.
plenty cases when I lived in the States. So the first thing is define in which group are you located, and then based on that, go for it. But if you really want to go for the skateboarding as a career, then act as a professional. Make it happen. Don't wait there. Don't watch it happen, or you're gonna say what happened.
That's nice. Let's go for the discipline if what we want is to be the most pro. But if not, just have fun and love skateboarding.
Exactly. And train your body and train your mind and have fun. It's okay. But again, the first thing, like everything in life, just define the path. Where are you going to? What do you want to do with it? And based on that, you can set your mind. You can plan for whatever you want to do.
And you have always had your path clear in your 30 years of skating?
I gotta tell you something, and it's a great thing that you just asked.
Thank
When
you.
I started skating, as I was saying, dude, there was no media. We spoke no English. We didn't understand that there were sponsors or that there were amateurs. We didn't know shit, to be quite honest, right? But since I started skating a little older, I started skating when I was 17, turning almost 18. Um, People used to tell me, "You're not gonna learn. You are not going to learn." And so my only goal since I started skating, I was like, when I get older, I want to be able to feel comfortable with my board. I want to be able to flip it. I want to be able to slide, maybe feel a little gap ollie in it. You know what I mean? And being very honest, 100% honest, that was my only dream. So I guess I had the path clear since 30 years ago, dude.
I love it. I love that approach that you give, that you always give to your career and your scale life.
Thank
So
you, Pop.
I love that you are skating at the age of 46. So do you think is there an age to quit skateboarding? What do you think about it?
I gotta tell you something. As the years come by and as you start getting older and you start working because life goes on and your kids and your fam and everything, you get less time to skate. And in my case, and with people from my era, to call it somehow, we didn't train, we didn't eat well, we never exercised. We used to warm them up on 12 stairs, just eating shit, right? So
Okay.
nowadays, your body feels it. You know, everything hurts.
Oh,
But when I go out there, dude, you know, I might take a couple pills for pain, might need a little Red Bull. But when I get there and I start sweating, the knees kind of like get it fall into the right place. I
oh,
go back to when I was 20 years old, dude, and I just feel like
nice.
a little kid and I fucking feel alive. And I just focus on one of the tricks that I used to get when I was younger. I want to film a switch strip flip. Fuck it. I'll do it. I try for 2, 3, 4 hours until I fucking get it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
for sure.
it might take me when I was young, maybe it was first, second try. Now it takes me 2, 3, 4 hours. But guess what? I still do it. The fact that actually people start writing, "Oh my God, I saw you. I just bought a board again. I'm going back to skateboarding." Dude, that just makes my life. Because if I'm able to inspire someone to go out and feel alive, makes you really healthy. And especially to be able to go and recharge your energy for the next week that you gotta work and everything, I'm doing the right thing, dude. Not only because I love skateboarding, but because I'm able to share that with people.
That's nice. I feel empowered right now, but for those words. Thank you for it.
Thank you.
It's so motivating to know that we can skate. We just have to have the mindset, and yeah, we can be immortal if we want. So you are not
Absolutely.
planning to quit the skateboarding,
I
maybe?
gotta tell you something. I had accidents back in the day, like in the States when I broke my leg, multiple
Oh,
parts and stuff.
it's
And the doctor told me like one of your legs is going to be shorter. You cannot skate.
anymore.
That was like 20 years ago. And
Oh,
then and then I don't know, like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, I went to the doctor for some bad pains that I have, and he told me that I have arthrosis, I believe is the name in English,
okay.
and it's not arthritis but arthrosis, and that if I wanted to walk, I couldn't skate anymore, and that was 6 years ago, dude. So I
And you
gotta tell
can
you
walk.
something.
You can
Oh
walk and you
yeah,
can
I'm
skate.
walking. Yesterday I filmed on a bank here in Bucaramanga. Switchbacks, I kickflip.
Yeah.
I'm alive, dude. I'm doing it. It hurts, but there's no need to quit. Actually a little while ago, like a week ago, or no, man, no, I'm kidding. Like 3 weeks ago, I saw a video. Probably you saw it too. It's like this Japanese guy. He's like 89, 85 years old, and he gets like hooks and everything. He wanted to learn how to drop in into a quarter pipe, right? And they
Okay.
help him out, and they help him out in different ways. This guy at 85 years old of age, without skating ever, he
Never.
learned how to drop in, dude. He's
Nah.
80, dude. You know what I
Man.
mean?
All right. Yeah. We don't have limits when we skate, and that's beautiful about
Yeah,
skateboarding.
I love it. It's a matter of fact, right now I'm going to turn 47 in January, right? And I'm saving some tricks. I've been filming this couple months to put out a video part at
Oh,
47. First of all, it pushes my limits. It gives me motivation because I love to film. And besides that, I know that I will affect positively some
for
lives.
sure.
And that makes me happy, dude. I
For
fucking love
sure.
skateboarding, dude.
You are going to make history, and you are going to leave a nice legacy to the community in
Thank
order
you.
to go motivated to
Thank you.
never
Thank
quit the skateboarding. I think
No,
that
no,
it's
no.
like the message that you are going to give if you make an amazing video part in the
As
next.
as as our friend, rest in peace, Jay Adams said, uh,
Very wise.
um, "You don't quit skateboarding because you get old. You get old because you quit skateboarding."
Yes, yes, I love that quote. Rest in peace, Jay Adams. Yeah, it's so wise, and I agree with that thought. So, James, a few weeks ago, we had the opportunity to have a conversation with Giancarlo Arias, and
Oh
he's your
yeah,
brother.
great.
So, what can you tell about your brother? How is the relationship for skateboarding that you have and that
Oh
you
my
had?
God, I'm so thankful that you just mentioned that, dude.
For
Again,
sure.
you're a great guy, dude. You love skateboarding. You have the right questions and you have the right energy, dude. I fucking loving being
Thank
here
you,
with
thank you,
you.
thank you.
And I'm very happy that you mentioned that because I gotta tell you something, bro. I
Please.
I I I am probably, and I feel so blessed because I'm probably one of the few guys that has the pleasure, um, and the luck of having his brother, his own blood, his own blood, skateboarding with him. And my brother is not only my brother and my best teammate to skate, he's my best friend. You can understand that we've been together for decades. I mean, I've been
Yes.
skating for 30 years. He's been skating for 20 something. And we've been together here in Colombia and Venezuela, in the States, all over. Um, so not only we can share skateboarding as friends, but we can share it as a family. And when we are not in our boards, we're always calling each other, talking about what we are going to film, what's the next spot, what's the song that we want, the beat that we want to rock on. So Yanka is a pure skateboarder. You know, he's one of those guys that uh, eats skateboarding, breathes skateboarding, drinks skateboarding, and being able to have him as a brother in my life to share his life with me, and being able to, or having that luck of being best friends the way we are, not only brothers but best friends.
Yes.
One of the luckiest guys in this planet.
That's nice. That's nice. Nice words for your brother. So maybe you were like homies when you were skating, or maybe you were like a coach for him in a certain way for skating, or what
It
about
was
that?
it's actually crazy what I'm about to mention, but he started skating before I moved to the States, right? And so when I left to the States, he was like, "Oh my God, now who's gonna teach me?" Back then, I had a really good level of skateboarding. You gotta understand that I didn't drink. I never slept late. I used to get up every day at 6 a.m. and go skate until 6 p.m. That was all I
Nice.
used to do. No parties, no girls, no nothing, just skateboarding.
Oh,
Like, dude, I was very focused. Like, I really wanted to make it happen,
and
And I
after you
left
were
to the
sponsored?
States, and Yeah,
In, in
I had a couple sponsors in Colombia, and when I arrived to Miami, I got two, three sponsors too. I was lucky, dude. I was lucky, and I really loved it. You know, but my point is that when I left, my brother was like, "Now, how am I going to learn how to skate?" And I was like, "Don't worry, we'll find a way." So when I was in the States, I used to buy these phone cards, right? Can
yes.
you imagine? That was a long time ago. You used to buy phone cards with 5 or 6 hours of talking time. So I used to call them. Hi Janka, how you doing? You already ate? Yeah. Okay, get your board, sit on a chair and put your board under your feet. Okay. The nose is 12 in a clock.
Oh,
Six is going to be your tail, right? We're
all
gonna
right.
do a kick flip. I want you to kick it and put your foot out at 12, 12:30. And then a day after, oh my God, James, I did a kick flip. I was like, okay, now what's next? He used to be like, I want to do a front side flip. I was like, okay, same deal. You're gonna kick, you're gonna kind of like ollie, but kick flip the board at 2 p.m. After you do 2 p.m., you catch the board on 90 and you land it. 2, 3 days after, oh my God, James, I fucking learned it. And so on. So you want to do a backside flip, kick flip at 10 a.m. So we used to train for hours every night until he finally got the visa. And then when he landed in the Miami International Airport, I remember he was like, Mano, look at me now. And that motherfucker was doing kick flips like 5, 6 boards tall on the parking lot. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Where did you get that pop from? You're like Brazilian, dude.
I know
And
what you
so he
mean.
got into the States and we started just pushing each other, supporting each other. And since we skate together for so long, we know each other's powers. So I used to try to get the best out of him and I push him really hard. Yeah, I did. I'm a pain in the ass.
All right. And if you were a coach, um, would you be demanding with the skater, like, hey, let's go for more? If
I am
or
a
what
very,
is your strategy
I gotta
as a
tell you
coach?
something. I filmed with Ryan Shecker. I filmed with
Oh,
PJ Latt. I filmed with Tony Hawk once. I filmed
nice,
with the entire. I filmed with Kenny Anderson. I filmed with Custon. I filmed
man,
with Danny Montoya. And I
the
gotta tell you
legends.
something. Yeah, even with them, once I got comfortable with them and they filmed something, I was like, hey, and how about if we try a switch? And they used to flip on me. What? You know what? Good idea. Let's try it out, motherfucker. Let's get the camera out. You know what I mean? And so I'm a very pushy filmer. And as a coach, I'm a very pushy guy. Why? Because there are no limits on the first hand. Second of all, once you do something, you already wrote that chapter. So you can always go for more. So as a filmer and as a coach, I'm always trying to get the best of each person.
I like that style. I agree with that. We don't have limits, so it depends on the mind that we just put to the way we skate. And
You,
in that
you, you
sense,
know John Bejarano, right?
for sure, of course, a
So I
great
was filming,
skateboarder from Colombia.
I was filming him for the foam part, which was probably the first video part that where people actually knew or got to know John Bejarano. So we went to Milenta, this spot that has long ledges,
Yes, you go
and they slide.
technical.
Yeah. And so he was super excited. He's like, James, I'm going to do a backside blunt pop out. And I was like, all right, let's get it done. And so he started pushing, he landed it, and he was all happy. And he saw me serious, and he was like, James, why are you not happy? And I was like, you do on quarter pipes blunt flip out, right? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, then a blunt pop out is nothing. You need to do a flip out. At the beginning, he kind of got upset with me, right? And he kind of felt bad. But he was so pissed that he
Oh,
started trying. And guess what?
he
Motherfucker
get the
did
trick. He
it.
landed
he
the
did
trick.
it. He did it perfectly. He did the fucking blunt slid it like a motherfucker, then kick flip out, landed uh, ocho shorties, eight shorties, the way we do it down here in Colombia. Um, and he almost cried, dude. He was very young. And he was like, "Oh my God, James, thank you so much. I never thought
Yes.
about it. I never thought I could do it. But then you told me I got pissed. But you were right. I actually landed it." I was like, "Baby, don't ever get offended with me. I'm just trying to get the best out of you. That's it."
That's it. It's a nice experience right here to give your point about why it's important to be demanding, to push the skater to overcome our limits. And I like that style, man. I really like that style.
I always say that when you skate, it's like it's like an equation pretty much, you know, because in one hand you're doing the trick, in the other
Yes.
hand you have the filmer and the photographer pushing with you in order to get it. But besides that, it's always the energy of the crew, and that's
Yeah.
why you might be the one that lands the trick, but we all fucking did it somehow.
Yes. Yes, it's a collective work. I
Yes.
I know. So, what do you think about? Is there something that you miss about the skate community back in the days, or the skateboarding back in the days, more than the because we have talked about the video parts, but maybe about the community or the brotherhood. Is there something that you miss about?
Well, I guess something that I kind of miss. It was like back in the days, like since we were like a small community, we all knew each other. You know what I mean? We all knew each other. We were like a tight, small posse. We were
Okay.
like like a small tight posse or crew. So the entire Bogota crew used to travel to Medellin or Cali or Barranquilla. You know, we were like 20, dude.
Yes.
That was it. And it was fun because we were like super tight friends. Nowadays, you see kids, and in my case, I always say hello. You know, it's me. It's me. I get and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, kids? We're gonna skate today, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." But if you don't do that, you can cross them 100 times, and
Yes.
you don't know who he is. You don't know if he skates or he only has the board as a model. You never know,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, I
So
know.
that's something that I miss. And the other thing that I miss is that since we were such a small group, we could skate everywhere, dude. We never got kicked out. Besides that,
Oh, yeah, that's
that
nice.
that, that was beautiful.
Beautiful.
You could skate wherever, like even in the president's house. It was okay. But nowadays, you get to the spot, and if it's not the cop, it's the security guard. If not, they're kind of like calling the cops or something. Um, I would say those are the only things that I miss. Besides that, I've been lucky enough to be with different generations of skaters, and and I guess that keeps me young.
Okay. I know what you mean. That's nice. And okay, and talking about the Olympics, what do you think about the idea of having a skateboarding in the Olympics the next year? Did you love the idea, or maybe not so
to
much? What do you
to
think?
be to be quite honest, in my perspective, I
For
like it.
sure.
In my perspective, I like it and I support it. And the reason why is because, for instance, here in Bogota, when we started skating, it took us years, almost a decade, to have people respecting skateboarders. Having people saying, "Oh, there is a skater." The first time they called me a skater after fighting for like 6, 7 years for skateboarding, I was like, "Fuck, this old guy called me a skater, so we're doing something right." And then we started doing commercials, so people kind of started respecting skating. Even my own family, my mom's, she didn't like skateboarding when I just started, right? But after three
Okay.
years, I filmed a commercial, and when she saw me on TV, she was like, "Oh my God, my son is on TV!" You know what I mean? And so she started supporting skateboarding, and she became the Colombian mother of skateboarding. That's how my friends
Oh,
called her,
okay.
right? Um, and so my point is the following: having skateboarding on the Olympics will open the doors for all those kids that want to skate. parents will respect skateboarding because it's next to baseball, to soccer, to swimming. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Therefore, it's a positive influence and a positive push for skateboarding. Besides that, the federations worldwide will bring opportunities to kids that are in the hoods, guys that are actually hungry, people that really need this sponsorship because it's a great sponsorship. You know,
for
they,
sure.
they give you they give you a dietist, they give you a personal trainer, they have you traveling worldwide. You're starting skateboarding. Once they see him in the Olympics, they're gonna respect, even if they don't like it. At least they will respect it. So I
Yes,
believe it's very positive. Now, I also understand people that is against it because of the roots and this and this and that and yada yada
the
yada. But
standards,
the reality is that we gotta always, and this is me, the way I see life, right?
for sure.
I always stay with the positive and the beautiful part of everything. If I stay on the other side, my energy gets confused. I don't like it, and it doesn't work. So keeping the positive and the beauty is a great thing.
That's nice, and I agree with you. The support is going to come after this new competition. So after that, talking hypothetically, if I tell you, hey James, do you want to be a coach? And I'm going to pay you, but you have to quit your job. What would be your decision in
Where do I
2022?
sign? Where do I sign?
Hey, thank you.
I mean, there's no question.
Thank you. I love that answer. All right,
Absolutely.
James. The conversation is about to end. Thank you for all the knowledge and the wisdom that you are sharing with the community. You are immortalizing right here with the words that you are giving to the community. I know that a lot of skaters are feeling empowered right now because of the words and the legacy that you are leaving as well.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for that.
Thank you,
So,
dude. I appreciate. Thank you for letting me share some words with you and the entire community, guys. Don't forget, you gotta stay. You gotta skate until your body lets you do it. That means for life. Thank you for the opportunity. God bless you all, and stop watching this. Go skate.
let's go skate. But before that, one last message that you want to give to the community. If you want to summarize everything that we just said, the words that you say, okay, I need to say this to the
Okay.
skateboarding world.
Okay, guys. All I can say is skateboard because you love it. Live it. Give it your bones. Give it your blood. Give it your mind. Give it your soul. It's totally worth it. It's not about what you can get from skateboarding. It's what skateboarding does to your life, to your soul. Enjoy. Go out. Hurt yourself.
Hey, yes, let's go for it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, James. And yeah, that was it for today. I hope that we can skate in a near future, maybe in Bogota or maybe in Bucaramanga. I don't know, but
Papi, if you come down here, let me know. We go out skate. Or once I get back to Bogota, definitely we gotta share some skateboarding and some beers afterwards.
for sure, please let's do it. Yeah, that's
Thank
it.
you so much, guys, for the opportunity. God bless you. You guys amazing. Let's continue doing that good work that you're doing. And thank you for the time.
Thank you for the words and thank you for accepting this invitation. And yeah, have a nice night, man.
You
And
too.
let's go skate.
Bye.
Bye bye.
And that was it for today's Shit Podcast, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this interview. Right now, I feel so empowered to go to the streets and skate and go for the tricks. As he was saying, we need to take it serious if what we want is to be the best. So the question is, what is the reason why you are skating? Is that because of the fun that you're having? Or maybe you want to be a pro, you want to be the best? Leave your opinion in the comments down below about the conversation that we just had, and let's go to the streets, guys. Skate safe and always with good vibes.